But you can also do that within the kind of like prescription-based realm. So like I've seen examples where devices were previously targeting kidney patients, and now they are also targeting cardiovascular patients.
Let's go!
Hey Joris, as engineers, we're often really focused on solving a brand new technical problem, right? Those are so exciting, those projects.
That's what we love.
But I wonder if we could explore the concept of taking an existing technology and repurposing it for a different market sector.
Yeah, that's a good question. It happens a lot, and it's actually a really valuable, viable concept of gaining more market share. And where we have seen that recently is in continuous glucose monitors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great
where
example.
both Abbott and Dexcom have released their new glucose monitor as an over-the-counter glucose monitor that now can be just bought without a doctor's prescription.
Right.
So what do you have to do for that is that really you have to go back to your regulatory plan and regulatory strategy. So it doesn't come for free. Although the technology exists and you understand the robustness, what the regulatory bodies like the FDA would like to see is a robustness around the new use case. So you would have to work with the FDA to understand who is that new user and can those users use your device safe and efficacious.
So it's not as easy as saying, hey, this product already exists, I'm just going to all of a sudden sell it OTC.
Exactly. You have to really think about that. And for example, what it often means is that you would have to redefine your user interface. So maybe where previously that user interface was perfectly viable for like a trained physician or a nurse, now it's going to be read out by somebody at home that's not necessarily trained. So that user interface needs to be easier to interpret and more like a foolproof, if you will.
Right.
So those are considerations going in, and then you have to test that out as well in clinical studies. So generally there's a bunch of clinical studies involved in obtaining new indications for use and then rolling out your device in that new market. And what Abbott and Dexcom have done is they have even gone as far as completely rebranded that kind of over-the-counter product as opposed to their medical device. They now have an over-the-counter product but under a different name, language, and different marketing campaign around it. And in the case of Dexcom and Abbott, they have done that by, it's a pretty drastic change from a prescription-based to an over-the-counter designation. But you can also do that within the kind of like prescription-based realm. So like I've seen examples where devices were previously targeting kidney patients, and now they are also targeting cardiovascular patients. So the indication for use broaden that market without necessarily changing the core technology.
Yeah, and I guess you see similar trends with actually pharmaceuticals, right? You think about Ozempic, right, for diet and being now used for neurodegenerative diseases, and there's some indications there. So, insulin, another great example.
Yeah, but in the case of a pharmaceutical, generally there's no change to the pharmaceutical, actual medicine.
Right.
It's really the clinical trials that do that work. Whereas in the medical device space, we can still think of making a change to the user interface, like and actually making a change to the device to some degree.
Fantastic. Yeah. Another reason why medical device and pharmaceuticals is different.
It's a little bit different. Yes, absolutely.
Very cool. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a
great day.